my sound is okay. Testing. Yes. Need to just mute my computer. Okay. Great. This is the first ever morning edition of Floor Fiddle Fridays. Feels a little sleepy. For the North American viewers, just a little something to wake you up in a calming way. And I was going to go into a piece by a composer named Gabriele Ricciocare. No, his last name is Gabriele, and the piece is a Ricciocare. And it is he's a composer that actually predates Bach. We always think that Bach was kind of the first guy writing cool solo cello music, but a lot of people think that Bach was inspired by Gabriele and these cello pieces. But I will play kind of an improvised intro for it. Gabrielli's Ricercare number 5. Super fun. You can see where Bach might have wanted to write the third suite after it. And at the end we even have, so it's just Bach. Feel like an artist, am I right? Feel like an artist. Put this down. Okay. Morning times, afternoon times for our friends overseas, including my friend who's about to come on. I'm just gonna make sure I will be able to hear him, get the things that I need to do the thing. Morning time. Okay, here we go. Doing the thing. Okay. How is everyone this morning? If anyone's watching, comment. Say something. Let me know you're here. Okay, admit. This is my friend Jari Piper. I met Jari in school at McGill University in Montreal. He is a very good friend. There he is. He's
Hi.
here.
Hello.
One moment. I just realized that Could you hear any of that?
Just you like saying hi right now?
One moment, I can't hear you. I just realized my microphone wasn't plugged in, so that's cool.
Oh.
Coming.
That's fine. I was teaching online yesterday, and my student was like, I can't hear you.
Okay.
And I was like,
Here I
can you hear me? And he was like, no. Then I was like, seems like you can hear me.
One moment. What'd you say?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh. I said I was teaching online yesterday, and my student was like, I can't hear you. And I was like, really? Can you hear me now? And he's like, no. I was like, that's very suspicious that you'd answer that question.
I totally had this microphone set up, and then here's my interface.
I don't know what an interface is.
It makes the microphone go into the computer. Notice how it's not plugged in.
Yeah.
I've not been up for that long, so I'm gonna blame that. So sorry if that was over blowy and loud. I got a text from Ben saying, hey, the sound isn't great. Oops. It's okay.
Oh, it's hurting.
So yes, this is Jari Piper. He is a good friend I met in Montreal. He is from Alaska, lived in Manitoba for a little bit, then lived in Montreal, and then lived in Istanbul, and then Georgia, and then Spain. Have you lived anywhere else, Jari?
Have I lived anywhere else? I've lived 1,000 lifetimes, but that's never enough.
It's like the song from Greatest Showman. It'll never be enough. You don't know that, it's okay.
No, but I would sing that. Lately, I'm mostly into singing to the dog. I just sing like long preludios on how much I love this dog all the time.
Oh, that's so lovely.
It's kind of like at like 4 p.m. Like it just happens. I start singing to the dog at 4 p.m. Then 5 p.m. I have an existential crisis, and then I realize I'm just hungry, and then I eat and it passes.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how it's just hunger sometimes?
Yeah. No, that took me a while to figure that one out, but easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Probably always was.
Yeah. Like learning about yourself is as a journey, I would say. Right? Not you
Yeah.
in particular, but just us as humans.
No, I know. It's just funny that the journey is like eat dinner when you're hungry.
Yeah.
It's not what I would describe a journey, but I mean it's true.
So let's play something and then we'll talk some more.
Right. So like online chess, right?
Yes, exactly. Your move. This is your move.
I know. I knew you were doing a Queen's Gambit kind of thing. Well, so for intro music to our chess game, I'll play Easy Living, which I arranged for cello. And I stole the good bits from better musicians, but you'll never know, because I didn't tell you that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Living for you is easy living, it's easy living when you're in love, and I'm so much in love, there's nothing in life but you. I'll never regret the years I'm giving, they're easy to give when you're in love, and I'm happy to do whatever I do for you. For you. Baby, I'm a fool, but it's so much fun. People say you rule me with one. Wave of your hand, darling, it's grand. They just don't understand, but living for you is easy living, it's easy to live when you're in love, and I'm so much in love, there's nothing in life but you.
Yes. This is the best way to wake up.
Mhm.
Yari, every morning.
That's,
You have
welcome to my life.
Yari, so I want you to talk about because you haven't I feel like in the last couple of years you've started to play these kinds of songs and on the cello and you've started singing and chopping. Can you tell me about that?
Mhm. First of all, do I have to hunch over for you to hear me in my microphone, or can
No,
I
I
just...
hear you. You're good. You're good.
Thank fuck.
I'm gonna drink this really big water bottle while you talk.
Jesus Christ. Why? Why would America make that?
This is how much water you're supposed to drink in a day.
Just drink it in cups.
But then I will forget and not drink enough.
See, I drink I drink mine in bottles, and that normally carries me
Yeah.
through. Well, no, I haven't been playing this kind of stuff for years, really. It's just since the pandemic, I did that Norah Jones song, which I'll probably play later, and that was the first time I'd ever sung and played at the same time, actually. Improvisation and stuff, and kind of stuff outside of classical, and also stuff outside of like new music, where like new music you can just make any kind of spectrally weird sounds. sound effects, and it's like fair game.
Mm.
But then actually playing like music outside of that, for me was like improvisation at parties in Istanbul a lot. I lived with a bunch of street musicians in the years, so we would do that, and they were pretty excited about a cello, having a cellist around who would party with them and play music. So that was good. But it was just during the pandemic I started playing on a cappella, accompanying myself, and then I thought, well, I'm a grown up. I can learn the coordination to sing and play. So it was just last spring, and then I did one, forgot about it, and then like this fall, I was supposed to be practicing Haydn, and I didn't want to, and I found myself just arranging other songs for cello, and I was like, that's a good way to procrastinate.
Isn't it great though when procrastination turns into like creativity?
Yeah.
Because it could be so much worse.
Well, most of the time it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a 99.9, basically 100% of the time worse than that.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that for you though. In this case, the scenario you're talking about, because yeah, you had gone back to school and you were like, oh wait, maybe
I will. School. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that you had like a realization about what you want music to be in your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I've always known a little bit about, some of the picture. This is a little bit more of the picture, It's more about the stuff that I don't know still is how to involve classical music in my life, because I'm so cynical now. But, I'm in an orchestra. I'm paid 1,400 Georgian laris every month to be in it, so
yeah,
that's fine.
I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
Pays the bills. Do you want to play another song right now?
I do.
Or something?
I do, but I want to ramble first about it.
Oh, yeah.
So this is This is Going Where the Monon Crosses the Yellow Dog by Scrapper Blackwell. So this song was originally first written down in 1898, like written evidence of it. And it was an old railroader song where there was the Monon, which was a line out of Chicago, and it crossed the Yazoo Delta or something, Yazoo Delta, so one of these weird American names, but it was abbreviated to YD. So people would call it the Yellow Dog because it was the YD. And so where the Monon crossed the Yellow Dog, it was the YD and the Monon, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And so this song was, I don't know what kind of Americana folk music sounded like at that time in the late 1800s, but it was later adapted to the blues style, and then it was later recorded by Scrapper Blackwell. This is from his 1961 recording, and I think he changed the words around a little bit, and maybe I imagine harmonically they put it into more of a blues chord progression, and I don't know, stylistically, adapted it to that. And so what I did is I just transcribed what he wrote for the guitar and then put it on the cello. And like Scrapper Blackwell, I'm getting up my cello now, but last online concert I didn't have enough time to ramble like I wanted to.
Yeah. I love liner notes that are spoken.
Yeah, this is, deep liner notes. So he was like a real fucking blues cat. Like there are these musicians, tragic cases like Chet Baker or something. And he was like one of these musicians where he was kind of reluctant to record and be professional. And he did that, and they were very popular, he and another musician, for many years. And then he worked in like an asphalt factory. And then like the blues labels were out, and they're like, Scrapper, gotta record again, gotta be a musician. He's like, all right, I guess I'll leave being a asphalt factory worker and go back to blues. And then he was stabbed and killed, possibly by his neighbor, right outside of his apartment, just as he was getting back into recording again.
No.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah.
Very rude.
I don't know. So, whatever. That's the history of the song. I just think it's funny. This is classical music. We're all into history, right?
Yeah.
And so this is a song that was from the late 1800s. It was like a worker's song, railroader song, who the fuck knows. Then it was adapted to blues. Then it was adapted by this person specifically. Then I took his recording and I adapted it for cello. I'm like, that's evolution of music.
The natural evolution of things.
Yeah, that's what you get when you get like a kind of Baroque musician playing blues. It's a very historically informed performance of it.
Can't wait. Love that guitar solo, or I mean, whatever that section is. I assume it was a guitar solo that you transcribed.
That's the magic of music.
Yeah. I would love to ask you, because I think that a large majority of this audience will be, if not cellists, they'll at least be musicians. A large majority of them, and I wonder if you can talk about like how you went about doing these these arrangements, so that like if there's another musician out there who wants to do this kind of thing and doesn't know where to start.
If there's a cellist, just get in touch with Kaitlyn, and I'll send it along to you.
We can get in touch with you though, right? You're somewhat on the internet a little bit.
Yeah, find me on Facebook. Yeah.
Find him on Facebook.
But yeah, I got arrangements, all this stuff written out. I wrote out the first one, Easy Living for Beth, and this one I'm cleaning up as well. And yeah, well, for this I took that recording and I listened to it on half speed a lot. and you just have to break it down into the smallest note by note chunks, and that's the only way you do it. So you sit down with the pad and paper, and what I first did, so this is what it looks like, handwritten, but sorry, Jesus, normal, right? But this is what my transcription looks like, which is where you write it down note by note, and you kind of make a lot of mistakes. And so my process was doing that. Just one of the things that I remember one of my jazz colleagues taught me back in Canada. I won the concerto competition, and I did the Haydn C major concerto, and I wanted to do like a really killer solo. And there's this recording of this guy doing a blues solo in
the middle of Haydn C.
Yeah, second movement. And I was like, that's tight. I was 21. And so I did, and I had my jazz colleagues help me write it. And God, I still remember the first rehearsal where I played it, dress rehearsal, and the conductor heard it. I just like didn't even look at his face. I was like, yeah, that's what your concert is. But well, anyways, one of my colleagues, he told me, he's like, you got to listen to like the thirds and the sevenths. Those define the chord, right? It's common knowledge to people who are outside of classical music, but for me, not. And so when I was listening to these things, of course, the guitar you get all the notes, and on the cello you get 2, maybe 3 notes. So you really have to. A lot of them I'm just doing 1 and 4, so I'm doing a lot of sevenths. Playing the root in the 7th, or the 3rd and the 7th, and stuff like that. And so that's one way that you can cut down like the number of notes and transcribe it. Because I wrote mostly what he did, and then I later went back and just kind of tried to pick out the most important things and tried to, fill out the missing colors with what I could. With these kind of thirds and sevenths and the important notes, the juicy bits.
Yeah.
So you can do it. Yeah, you just gotta listen slowly and write it down. And sometimes you'll listen back and get 1 note, and then you'll listen to the same section and then just get the next note. And it's just it just takes a week. And the funny thing is, for string musicians, you'll like is that the whole thing is recorded in like F3/4 sharp because it's real tiny. And so I just tuned up my cello 3/4 sharp, and I just notated it like that. So then when I tuned it back down, it's all in F blues now, which is really chill to play on the cello, as opposed to like F sharp blues, which would not be chill.
It would suck, yeah. I actually use this program called Transcribe with an exclamation point. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's pretty cheap, I think. You just buy it once and then it's yours forever, and it is like a program where you put the audio into it and then you can slow it down to any speed, and you can also change the key without changing the pitch, or excuse me, you can change the key with changing the pitch. I was thinking speed, but you can change the speed without changing the pitch, and you can also like change the key of it. So like I'm playing a gig tonight, for instance, where the artist gave me a song that was recorded in like G flat, but she wants to play it in G, and so practicing that otherwise would have been really frustrating. So I just like pop it in there and like put it up a half step, and she sounds a little like a mouse, but like it works. Yeah, it's a great tool. Well, Jari, I would love you to play that Norah Jones cover if that's what you were thinking of playing.
I was. I would also love to play something else, but I'm so unprepared that I'm not gonna do it.
No, I love this song, I want to hear it. Before you play, like, do you have anything you want to like plug to the audience? Like, do you want them to subscribe to you on YouTube, or do you want anything like that in your life, or
I'm just like want? Kind of. I'm taking a step back.
I spend all
day cutting wood. I'm learning how to make furniture. I'm just like, I'm over it.
Okay.
I'm over the music thing. I do it for fun. I do it for friends. When there are real concerts again, we'll talk. But
okay. Just appreciate Jari right now is what we want.
Yeah, this is all you get. And you can, I suppose, find me on Facebook and write if you want these transcriptions.
Yeah.
And then it would make me write them down. I haven't written this last one down. All right.
What is this last one? You should tell them what it's gonna be.
This is Norayons Donahuay. In my head, I just can't stop calling her Norayons. That's just a meat joke with me, but I can't stop. I waited till I saw the sun. Don't know why I didn't come. I left you by the house of fun. Don't know why I didn't come. Don't know why I didn't come. When I saw the break of day, I wish that I could fly away. Instead of kneeling in the sand, catching teardrops in my hand, my heart is drenched in wine. But you'll be on my mind forever. Out across the endless sea, I will die in ecstasy. But I'll be a bag of bones, driving down the road alone. Something has to make you run. Don't know why I didn't come. I feel as empty as a drum. My heart.
Yay!
I was afraid I was too close to the mic for the bow stuff, and I was like, fuck.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Yari, I love the stuff you're doing, and can't wait to see what you come up with next.
Right back at you, homie.
Okay, well, we're gonna sign off now, but thank you so much for doing this and for playing, and thank you everyone who's tuning in either live or in the future. Hello, someone's waving. Thank you. Yeah, I actually, Yari, decided today that Floor Fiddle Fridays is gonna. I think it was a silly decision of me to make this a Patreon only thing. So it's going to transition to just being for everyone all the time, and patrons are actually going to get in the future a special post live stream meet and greet with the artist.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are moving to nude stuff, and that's fine.
Yeah, but they're moving to what? What did you say?
Just continue.
I'll have to go back later and listen to what you said. But yeah, so looking forward to that, and someday I'll get over to Georgia and I'll visit.
Oh yeah, it'd be great.
I'm really close to Georgia, the state, but not so much to the country.
Not Sakartvelo. Yeah. No, yeah, we'll pal around. Go around Turkey. Go around Georgia.
That's
do
a
all
dream.
That stuff.
Yeah. Once there's no pandemic. Panda. Anyway, okay. Signing off. Thank you, Yari. I'm going to end the stream. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
I love you.
Okay, I'm still here though.
Yeah, I know.